already in our parents' evenings when we're opening up our schools. We're getting together with parents, we're sharing information about how education works, what we know about child development. And what's happening is very special. Parents are starting to share some of their challenges, some of the challenges that children pose to us as they grow up. It might be a challenge, for example, about homework. I remember an evening where one of the parents was describing their concern about their child who didn't seem to be doing enough homework, and they kept asking, shouldn't you be doing your homework? Have you got any homework? And the child was actually saying, well, no, I've done it already and there isn't very much. And the parent didn't know what to do. And because they raised it, the school was able to clarify its homework policy, most importantly, why homework was set, managed to clarify just how much they expected to be done each evening. And this opened up the possibility for the parent to be much more specific. Well, actually, my child's not getting that much homework, and the school realised it had to change its practice. It had to be more thorough and rigorous about setting homework, and homework that was meaningful. But the school was also able to say to the parent, don't just rely on us for homework, because the family itself is one of the best educators of the child. If you as a family sit down at your evening meal and talk about something very simple like what each of you has learned today, and you question each other and you find out what's going on, it can create something even richer than any homework that's sent home from school. Or if you get together as a family, you go out on an educational trip, an activity, and you talk as you go round about what you're seeing and what you're experiencing. Again, it'll be even more powerful than the homework that a school sets. So it's just a lovely example of how, by sharing ideas, we can actually enrich the experience for a child. There's another example of where a parent has surprised us and delighted us, actually, at one of our parents' evenings by explaining that their problem with their child was feeling that the child was becoming spoiled. It was a fascinating story from a father where he could see that his child was asking for things as he grew up, and all he was doing and his family was doing, and the grandparents were doing, were constantly making sure that the child got what they wanted. And it could be as expensive a present as the child wants a BlackBerry, and then wants an iPhone, and then wants an iPod. And what was happening with this child was they were getting everything they wanted because everybody was trying to just make sure he had happiness. The father realised that the happiness was short-term, that the boy would soon move on to something else. And he brought this problem to us at school and talked about it in front of the other parents. And we were able to talk about the importance of something called deferred gratification as a child grows. Every child needs to learn to defer some of their gratification, not just to have everything they want straight away. Sometimes the best thing a parent can do to a child is to say, no, you can't have that. And if a child doesn't develop that sense of some things they can't have or some things they have to wait for, if they can't develop that sense by the age of 10, then actually that can prove to be a development disorder. It can lead to a tremendous selfishness later in life. We'd suggest where that is happening, try saying no more often, and also other possibilities. Maybe get the child to spend some time with other members of the family who are less fortunate than them, or other friends in the community who are less fortunate. Children, when they're young and growing, gain a lot, say, from spending time with other children who may have special needs or who may have disabilities, because by interacting with those children, children learn that their needs aren't always the most important needs that surround them. Now, all of these are qualities that we shouldn't take for granted. We should make sure we build into children's experience. We try to build them in school, but parents can do so much more by building them at home as well.